Another way of looking at group dynamics is to look at how a group develops initially, how it sort of starts, and then how it endures over time, what's sort of the longevity of a group. So Weber is someone who talks about group dynamics in reference to this issue of how does a group begin and how does it last over time. And he talks about these two concepts, charisma and routinization. And charisma is what he's going to use as a way of talking about how a group initiates or how it begins. And charisma is sort of the innovation that one person has that carries the group along. And usually charisma is a personality characteristic, that there's something about that person that gravitates others to follow along. And that's really important, that it has to, with charisma, it has to be a relationship between the person or the individual's personality and the group accepting that as something special, as something interesting. So, for example, Martin Luther King Jr. or even Jesus, or any sort of leader that sort of captivates his or her audience. But at the same time, it's not just personality, but that person is bringing forth an idea that's innovative and interesting and transformative, that people believe to be true and believe that that's something important to bring about some sort of change in society. So this is, charisma is an inherently social quality because, it has to be someone who has this gift, and at the same time has to be received by the group as acceptable, as something that is going to change the way they look at things, and that they're going to follow along as a group. So a lot of religious groups actually start out this way. A lot of religious organizations start out with an individual who has an innovative idea about the world and about the way that we should participate in the world, and then he has followers, or she has followers that believe that that idea is true and that this person is going to lead them into this possible, transformative adventure. Routinization is about how a group lasts over time. So once you have the idea, once you have the person, how does a group endure over time? And this is particularly important if the leader passes away. Most times, a group will fall apart once the leader is no longer there. But in the case where the group sustains itself, despite the fact that we might not have that charismatic leader, Weber offers an explanation for why that might be. So to keep an organization going, what you really have to focus on is the structure of the group. So if you can somehow formalize the structure, in terms of, say, building a leadership structure, here are the qualities that a leader must have. So say the leader has passed away, now we have to initiate a new leader. They're going to come up with some sort of formal explanation. And you might also see formal ways of doing things, like rules and regulations, so that there's a proper way to carry out the group. Or, there's rules as to what you can and cannot do, who can belong and who can't belong. So really, it's any of these kinds of formalizations, or what we might call institutionalization. Anytime you have a structure that's in place that has clear roles, people who carry out certain duties, and rules, ways of carrying out certain activities, that's going to help with the group over the long haul. It's going to allow the group to endure over time.